Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 253. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're a little scared.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got anxiety.
Yeah, let's talk about why there's anxiety in this room right now.
So there's a really a situation, a man, if you will,
Oh, I will.
approaching
There's a man approaching Lauren.
Florida.
Yeah.
Milton, stressing me out.
Yeah.
Milton's coming in hot.
Good old Hurricane Milton.
Yeah,
Big
what a
old
name.
Yeah,
Big
Milton.
old-
First of all, Milton.
Milton.
Who's naming?
Milton sounds small.
Why you gotta do him like that? Oh my god.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I hope your name is not Milton out there because Lauren thinks that you're small.
It reminds me of what's that?
Milton just reminds me of a little old man.
Sure.
Grandpa Milton.
I'm thinking of like Stuart Little. Like if I think of Milton, that would be like his brother.
Yeah, Milton Little.
Yeah, Milton Little. That just makes sense to me. Anyways, hurricane. We're
Yeah,
still in hurricane season.
Yeah, deep in hurricane
I
season.
thought this
but
was
is
the
like
end. This is the tail end.
Yeah, but it's getting
But
it's
scary.
bad,
It's
yeah.
ramping up. We had one pretty bad 2
weeks ago, not even.
weeks ago. But it hit most of the panhandle and up. Affected all of the Gulf Coast anyway, but still hit the panhandle.
'Cause Helene was a big girl.
She was a big girl.
Yeah.
My friend in Blacksburg, Virginia, is out of water still
Yeah.
and doesn't have water up for another week.
We were driving
potentially.
down from the wedding. We were
Mhm.
driving back down, driving through like South Carolina, Georgia,
devastating.
trees everywhere.
It's
just
awful.
It's so bad.
It's crazy. And now we have Milton coming in, and
Mhm.
it's not hitting the same
Mm-mm.
area, but still hitting places that were affected by Helene. And therefore, it's just like no recover time. It's awful.
Milton's coming right for us.
Us. We are
Yeah.
directly in the line of path.
Mhm.
So we're getting excited to hide in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
closet.
yeah.
I've already like covered all my blinds, so
Mhm.
like if the glass breaks, it doesn't go
You're good.
through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
today is
crazy.
Tuesday the 8th. The hurricane is expected to make landfall tomorrow night, Wednesday the 9th, and be
Yeah.
to us like Thursday.
at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, something like that. No, to answer any questions, if any of you are watching this, did we evacuate? No.
No.
Because we're in Central Florida. Hurricanes that make it to us are typically not that strong. Now, in the case of Milton, it is supposed to be
It is
fairly
gonna be
strong.
very strong. I didn't evacuate because of my cats. It's a big adjustment to find a place during hurricanes that allow pets.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many places and they get booked up just like
Mhm.
that. So I feel confident and hopefully
I'm
safe
not
with my
worried.
cat.
Like I mean, we record this at my house. Where my house is, like my backyard, like my back patio will flood
yeah.
because it is at the bottom of a hill,
Yeah.
but like it floods every time it rains.
Right.
So like will it flood more
I was
than
gonna say,
usual?
but that means it should flood a lot
Yeah.
then.
So like it'll flood more than usual, but I'm not like if that's all that happens, I'm not worried.
Sure.
Um
I don't know. I haven't had any issues in the past with flooding.
Yeah.
In all the past storms we've had. Nothing wrong with like Helene or anything like that. But that's because I don't know. I haven't been here long enough to know.
Yeah.
I
This
mean, how
is-
were you through Ian?
Ian was fine.
Okay.
There was some flooding outside of my neighborhood. I wasn't living in this neighborhood.
Okay.
But there was some flooding outside of my neighborhood for the last big hurricane that came through Orlando. This one is expected to be stronger than Ian, though, when it hits Orlando.
Yeah.
And so I'm not nervous because, like, I don't give a fuck, right? Like,
I'm very nervous.
if it wipes me off the face of the earth, then it was meant to be. But this is by far the strongest one in the almost 7 years that I've been down here.
Have you done any prep?
No.
Oh my God.
I don't have
Okay.
bottled water. I don't have food ready to go in case
Do you need water?
Nah.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I prepped.
I have so much alcohol. I'm good.
That is true. I actually went to the liquor store on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God.
I also, like,
prepped.
I mean, anybody who knows anything about me knows I never drink water to begin with.
Valid.
So if I don't have the access to water, I'm not super concerned.
I'm super concerned for you, but I'll just let that slide.
I'll just like bring a pot outside while it's pouring rain
Sure.
and just fill it up that way.
That works, I guess.
That's the freshest water you can have during a hurricane.
but like the
Straight
wind.
from the straight from the clouds.
Just go out there and just like get blown away.
Milton's rain.
Milton's rain. Yeah, that's wild. That actually, I know we have a draft to do, but I kind of want to like go right into my first question.
Yeah. And then I also want to talk after we can do that, the question and then the draft, and then I want to talk about how the fuck hurricanes get their names because I actually don't know the answer to that.
They go in alphabetical order.
I know that. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
What's your question?
Like how much of a doomsday prepper you are and how confident you would feel with like a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, very
but not
confident.
like surviving it, but like prepping.
Prepping for it?
Yeah.
Not
I don't know if
great.
you've ever talked about the zombie apocalypse.
We have not.
All
this
right,
is a new
let's
topic for the podcast.
Unfold this because I have plans. I'm a doomsday prepper to a T, but not in the case that I would like buy a house with a bomb shelter in it because I think that's scarier.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I feel like I'd lock myself by accident. I've seen too many.
And be stuck there for 37 years?
Yeah, it'd be bad. Specifically 37. But I feel very confident in my like prep abilities.
I'm not somebody that plans well or prepares well for anything.
Sure.
I mean, Milton being Exhibit A.
Yeah.
But also like even just like on a smaller scale, not so much like a natural disaster, but like if I'm packing to go somewhere, I am like night before, morning of packing, last minute. So like I don't prep for anything.
Oh.
Survivability though, I think I would do very well.
Why?
Because I am handy. Like
why?
In a pinch, I can do stuff. One, I was in Boy Scouts. So
I can do stuff.
I can do stuff.
So,
one, I was in Boy Scouts.
I know who I want with me for
so
the
like,
zombie no.
I know how to like survive just without the ability to like have things to help me survive.
Sure.
Two, I know how to use a gun. So,
okay, touche.
Yeah.
I was not in any kind of scout
Yeah.
world, and I don't know how to use a gun, so
Yeah.
I respect that. I still think I would be better off, but
Well, because you prepped.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd probably be better off
boarded
in
up.
the beginning.
Yes, I would last the first like month
Yeah.
or so.
But I like once you've run out of your preparations,
yeah,
I think that's where I come in and I'm like, now I've got the rest of
Yeah.
this. Like
Yeah.
the first month will be tough for me.
Where would you want to go? What's your like
During a specifically zombie apocalypse or just like end of the world?
But they're so different.
They are.
End of the world is totally like a Fallout setting is way different.
Yeah.
I would say zombie.
Zombie apocalypse.
We can talk about
You got to
other
go
ones later.
somewhere where you can only have zombies coming from one direction.
Oh, okay.
So like that I'm gonna assume in my fantasy that zombies can't swim.
You're
So,
gonna
like,
go island.
I wouldn't necessarily go island because then I'm like cut off from the outside world.
Right.
I still want to have access. So I'm thinking mainland, but like
A peninsula.
yeah, like I hate to say Florida, but like Miami.
See, I think it would spread like wildfire.
It would.
down
That's a very
here.
good point. So maybe I go Long Island,
Yeah.
which is still an island, but it's more connected.
I would totally. That's not a bad idea. I would go like the Keys off of Florida with
Yeah.
Just like with the
Better
big
known as
highway.
the Florida Keys.
The Florida Keys, or any kind of island that's just off that only has like a one highway
yeah.
connection. That would be kind of smart if you like boarded up a bunch of cars, like made a blockade with cars, or a farm, and you fence the shit out of that
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
And do all the
But
the shaking cans.
Yeah,
so you
my
can
thing
see.
is like farm. There's
But-
so many access points.
The thing is also the silence would scare me more on the farm. If you're near like a beach or whatever and you hear the ocean, at least you have other
At least
sound.
there's
I
sound,
think
yeah.
if you're on
Some
a
white
farm
noise.
and it's dead, if you're like alone too, like not if everyone's gone, it's just you on the farm and you just hear like one of your can traps go off, I would just like
Yeah.
panicking. I could not handle like that dead silence. And all of a sudden you just hear like a.
And see, maybe that's why a lot of people say, a lot of people, like I've talked about this before.
Sure,
They,
I
like,
do.
You don't like it's not like you don't settle down somewhere. You keep moving.
Yeah.
You just get a big fucking spike on the front of your truck, or several big spikes on the front of
Like
your truck,
multiple. Yeah.
and you just keep driving,
Wow.
and you stop.
Yeah, but the
you
roads get
stop.
blocked up when they get a
Yeah,
car.
see, I
and
don't
you
know
run-
about that. Like you always see in movies that like the roads get
And
backed
then
up.
zombies come and pull people out of their car.
Yeah, like if you're in a car, you're not leaving it
right.
unless you actually run out of gas. You're
Right.
not
And
leaving
then
your
what
car.
do? You just hide in your car until you starve and die?
If I'm driving my car and I run out of gas, I'm gonna stay in the car for as long as possible because it is a safer place than walking around with the zombies.
Right.
And then when I hear somebody else driving by, which that's the other thing, is like, did everybody's car run out of gas at the exact same time?
But people are selfish.
That is true.
Think about literally right now when you're getting waters and getting toilet papers. Like people are going to get
stores
for
are
themselves.
emptied out.
Correct. And so people would not stop and trust you. Also, people don't trust you. Could have been bitten.
True,
Why would I
true,
let you in my car?
true.
Some random person. It also depends on the type of zombie. Are we talking about like Night of the Living Dead? Or are we talking like Last of Us? Like the way it spreads totally changes everything.
I don't know how either of them spread in any of those cases.
So like OG zombies that just raise from the grave versus like a viral infection type zombie.
It's a disease.
Yeah, where it's like way more probable. That scares me. The Last of Us is real.
Well, no.
Yeah. It could very
You remember when that guy that like ate bath salts, like ate somebody? He like went full zombie mode. It was like in.
I missed that episode.
Oh, this was like years ago.
What?
This was years and years and years ago.
Just
There was a
turned into
guy.
cannibal?
There was a guy who like ate or smoked or did something with bath salts.
Sure, just went high off his ass.
And went fucking ballistic.
Wow.
And turned into a full blown fucking zombie and started like eating a person.
That's crazy.
And I don't remember where it was, like in a major city.
That's so scary.
Yeah, I want to say like Los Angeles or Miami or something like that, but don't quote me. It was probably somewhere in Florida.
Have you've seen The Last of Us, right?
I played the original video game a little bit.
Do you know how that infection works?
No.
It's a real fungus that exists in our world that currently impacts ants. So it's a fungus that gets in the brain of an ant, mind controls it, like turns it into a zombie, literally eats out its brain and becomes its like puppeteer. And then it tells it to like go to the queen and like warn the other ants to like all come to him. And then the fungus just sits there and spreads and eats them all. And in The Last of Us, it mutates to then be able to be passed to humans.
Oh.
Very much like most diseases mutate and then go from animal to animal. So it's very scary.
I don't think we have anything to worry about unless we start eating ants.
People eat ants?
No.
All the time. Yes. Yes. Have you watched Survivor?
No.
Okay. People eat ants on Survivor.
Oh, wow.
I would eat an ant on Survivor if I was on Survivor. I really want to be on Survivor.
Would you eat an ant now that you know that you could get a disease from it that could turn you into a zombie?
No, because actually, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet. And I don't know if it's transferable that way. Because if I kill the ant first, does the fungus die?
I don't know. I don't know how fungus works.
Okay. Well, I feel confident in my zombie apocalypse living abilities.
Also, again, prepping, no.
Mhm.
Like my initial like, hey, there's a zombie apocalypse. Have you prepared? And I'd be like, fuck,
No.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But my ability to survive, I believe, is very.
I just fear that I'd be too scared and be like, I'm done.
Yeah, you got to be with somebody who's gonna like do well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have that good morale and good energy. I think I feel like this is not fun.
Yeah.
I'm not having a good time.
But like people that just like lose their shit during an apocalypse.
Yeah.
And like just totally break down and like have mental like they just can't handle it mentally or emotionally.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, you're the first to die.
Right. Well, like
I'll kill you myself.
Like you said, in movies and shows where like there's always like the one guy who's just like, I'm gonna kill you guys all. Like if you don't do this, I'm like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, just
why?
chill,
For
dude.
why?
Like,
For why?
Everything's fine as long as you don't fucking get bit.
Yeah.
Like life is pretty normal.
Life is fine.
As long as you
Some
don't
crazy
get
person,
bit by a person.
you know?
Like how often in your life, how many times in your life have you been bitten by another person? Okay, not sexually.
I mean,
Could you imagine though?
what?
That's how it got passed to somebody.
It's 'cause-
They didn't realize the person they were sleeping with had already been bit,
Dude, that would suck.
and then they get bit during sex,
That would
and then they
suck.
turn into a zombie.
That'd be so lame.
Be the worst.
But then you go down together. Because you're already both dying.
I guess, yeah.
You know, it's like, peace. I'm pretty sure it would also be transferred through
Would
a
you
kiss.
admit if you got bit?
Yes, but man, that's a hot take. I don't know if I'd want to be killed or just like exiled.
I'd want to be killed.
You don't want to live as a zombie. What if you can be healed?
When has any zombie apocalypse ever found the ability to heal?
Warm bodies.
Good point. Warm Bodies, very good movie.
Very good movie.
Very good movie.
Underrated movie. It's one of my favorite zombie movies.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite zombie movie of all time.
Phenomenal movie.
I love that movie.
The Romeo and Juliet of
Mhm,
zombie.
mhm. Yeah, see, that's after watching that. Before, I was like, kill me on the spot. I'm
Mhm,
done.
mhm.
Like, pull me apart. You can, I
Yeah.
don't care.
Good point.
But after Warm Bodies, I was like, shit. Like, you can lock me in, like, put me in a hole,
Yeah.
like dig a big hole and put me down there,
Yeah, I
or
guess.
let me wander. But like, if there's a tiny bit, if there's a will, there's a way. Scientists will work on it. The government
See,
won't.
here's what I think though. I think scientists will work on it to give immunity to the people who are not bit. They're not going to bother curing the motherfuckers who've already got bit.
But if they give immunity to everyone, they're gonna try and cure what's left over.
will they? They're risking them getting bit by doing that.
Are they? If they're immune, they won't.
They're still gonna get. You don't want to get bit by somebody.
If you're immune,
Yeah, but like you still don't want that.
that's like
Somebody's trying to eat your brain.
not all zombies go for the brain. That's another like types of zombies thing.
Yeah,
They
fair.
more just like eat you.
I don't want to get eaten.
But like, what if this is such a ramble?
Could you, okay, new question. If in a zombie apocalypse, your best friend, your whatever,
Could I
one of
kill
your loved
them?
ones, could you kill them?
if
got
they
bit?
got bit?
Yeah.
Only if they ask me. I'm not just
But
gonna.
you could do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
You're
if
not just gonna pull a
they
gun
get
out.
bit and I'm just like, fuck this,
Yeah.
no. But I'm gonna be like, what do you want? Because I will also like exile you.
What if they hid it from you and then they start turning and they can't make a decision?
Then
anymore?
I'll shoot them.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't
And no
hesitate.
hesitation.
No hesitation.
Hold it between
No.
the eyes.
Yeah.
Done for.
If I just see him like start like twitching in the corner, I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not about that life.
I don't know. I don't see the people I've surrounded myself with. I trust would tell me
If they got bit.
if they got bit, and I
Yeah.
trust would make the right decision of being like, I got bit. I'm going to exile myself. Goodbye. I don't see them being like, I got bit. I don't know what to do. I think all of my like close people that if I were in that scenario with, I think they would all probably make the decision right away, whether
Yeah.
they want to be killed or whether they
Yeah,
want
if
to
I got bit, I'd fess up and be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or shoot me.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Just like,
Whatever I'm feeling in that moment. Really.
yeah. 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 I think. Ugh.
Crazy.
Yeah. On that note.
Yeah.
Should we do a draft after talking about zombies and
Absolutely.
Halloween?
Yeah.
Now I gotta watch all these zombie movies.
There are a
leading up
lot
to-
of zombie movies.
but some are really scary and some are really bad.
World War Z, that one's scary.
Terrifying because those zombies are fast.
Fast zombies, I'm out. If I'll tell you right now, if zombie apocalypse and they're fast, I do not survive.
When he like tapes his arms with
Yeah.
the magazines, I was like, why didn't I think of that? That's on my like panic list now. When I'm like apocalypse, I gotta get magazines because I'm gonna make myself armor.
No, there's no surviving. If the zombies,
The airplane scene,
if the
fucked me
zombies,
up.
yeah, if the zombies can go fast, I will die.
They go fast. They got zoomies.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No.
Yeah, that after watching.
Also, if they crawl,
Oh, really? Like if you take out their legs, they're not done.
yeah, like if anything crawls, I get
I
uncomfortable.
think. Okay. I think
Crawling
generally.
like ugh, freaks me out. Did you
Like-
see the most? Did you see? Are you all caught up on Agatha all along?
No, I'm only watched the first two, so don't spoil.
Okay, well the first two, when the Salem 7
Yes.
and they come down and she comes down she like crawls down the stairs
Yeah.
like the Exorcist shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck
Or like
that.
any horror movies where they're like walking like.
Ugh. If you can contort your body and then crawl into like a fucking spider, kill yourself.
No, those people are very talented. Have you seen the
Mm.
girl who can like flip upside down and shoot bow and arrow?
That's fine.
Oh,
You want to shoot a
it's the-
bow and arrow? That's fine. It's the
The
crawling.
crawling that gets you.
Yeah, don't be creepy crawling.
Yeah.
In my vicinity.
I feel like I get really freaked out too if I like was shooting a zombie and it just wasn't backing down. Like chunks fall off and like the arm comes off and the leg comes off and it's just still like making its way towards me.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay.
If I see a zombie with no arms, I'm gonna be like, oh, cool, I'm good. If I see a zombie with no legs and it's crawling, I'm
Yeah.
like,
this might be my last day. Yeah. You're like, well, I tried.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I.
And if it's crawling fast,
See,
then
like,
then I'm not okay.
could you imagine? Okay, if the zombie apocalypse included animals, I think I would call a quits on the first day. Like, I'm thinking of like zombie squirrels, zombie gators, zombie deer. Like, honestly, and not we'll since we already went over how many bugs there are in the world, we're not gonna bring up bugs. But like, I'm thinking of little tiny things like mice and squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
If
That suddenly have a desire to eat human flesh,
yeah, that's terrifying.
there'd be no surviving.
No,
Yeah.
we would be done.
Yeah.
We would be done. But I think everything would tear each other apart, and that would be the new life on Earth.
There would be no life.
Well, at some point they're gonna stop. They're not gonna want dead flesh.
Yeah, so they'd all die off.
Yeah. Damn.
And then life would just start anew. We just
Life finds a way.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Anyways,
The draft.
wrap it up. Draft. Going to the draft for Halloween draft number 2. What did we just say we were doing?
This is the worst Halloween treats that
Oh,
can
yeah.
be given out on Halloween.
You're not gonna like my choice.
You have the number 1 pick
I do.
because I picked first last week.
Now this is treats, but like things you get handed.
Things you get handed out on Halloween.
And
Not
this-
specifically candy because I'm weird and categorize candy and chocolate as different things.
And I also count like objects as things you get handed.
yeah, big dildos.
Sure. You
Yeah.
know?
My
whatever
favorite
you-
treat, actually.
That would be a nice
Yeah.
little Halloween surprise. Hot take, because I think this is very popular and I personally love them, but I have grown to realize that they actually suck, and that's my number 1 choice, is the fake vampire teeth. Because they hurt.
They do.
They're not comfortable.
Those things dig into your gums.
And yeah, they scrape up your mouth. And I feel like, God bless your soul. I feel like the vampire teeth are great in the moment when you think about it. You're like, this is the best thing. Like, I wanted this. I love
You're like,
vampire teeth. Yeah, I think they're funny. They're great. That's exactly how it works. But they suck and they hurt, and then they're gross because your
Would you rather
saliva's
get bit
all
by a
over it.
vampire or a zombie?
Vampire, duh.
100% vampire.
Why would you want to be a zombie? I want to live forever.
Yeah.
I would love to be a vampire.
Yeah, vampire would be sick.
Have you ever watched Vampire Diaries?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm not a fucking loser.
Okay, that's a hot take. I would love to be actually. Wait, time out on the draft again.
Yeah.
Out of all of the like iconic like
Twilight.
horror character, no, sure.
Out of all the vampires you'd want to be part of, which ones? Twilight.
That's not what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But okay, I was gonna say like horror type characters, like mythical creature type things.
Werewolves are pretty sick.
I would want to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
I would choose werewolf or vampire, but definitely werewolf. I feel like
I would choose werewolf or vampire, but definitely werewolf.
no, but I'm thinking of like or zombie or mermaid or siren.
I wouldn't count mermaids in the.
Siren? Would you count a siren? I don't know,
No,
same
because
thing.
there's no horror movies about.
Sure there is.
I'm sure there are, but like there's a lot of
Well, what else
movies
would
about
you
like
count? A mummy,
mummies. Yeah,
an invisible man.
I wouldn't be a mummy.
I would not want to be a mummy.
That's just boring.
I'm trying to think of like
It's the big
a
three are
Frankenstein.
vampire, werewolf, zombie. Those are
yeah,
the big 3.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing vampire.
Would you?
Nope, I'm choosing werewolf. I don't actually know which I'm choosing. One of those 2.
Again,
Zombies out.
Me being the
Werewolf or
doomsday,
vampire?
me being the doomsday prepper that I am,
Yeah.
I'm like, how would I lock myself up every full moon? Like, I'm thinking of that.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
I know it's not.
But but to not have to worry about that, you could pick vampire and then be like, I can just transform whenever I want.
Right.
Assuming you can transform into a bat and we're going Dracula, traditional,
A traditional.
as opposed to Twilight, you're just existing.
I think I would go with the just existing, but
Existing, not the ability
Yeah.
to turn into a bat.
yeah. Oh, or a ghost. That's another thing.
Would I want to be dead? Dead.
Would I? You know what? Yeah.
Would I rather be
Would I-
not alive? Yes.
say I'm done? You said
Yeah.
fuck being a zombie, but dead.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
No, ghost would be kind of nice because you just kind of like float through walls
Yeah, you're
and
just like,
stuff.
"Woo."
You're like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Would you haunt your friends?
100%.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Too.
I don't believe in ghosts, but if I turned into one
I
in the
would-
future, I would haunt the shit out of my friends.
Yeah, I would totally haunt my friends. I would call them up every fucking day. I'd be like, who's on my list today?
Yeah.
Like, hey.
I'd fuck with all of my friends while they're like on the toilet.
Oh, like just flushing it over and
Yeah.
over again or some shit. I don't don't know what I would do. I feel like I'd just throw
Or like
shit.
fresh
at
out of the shower, like write shit on the mirror.
Yeah, I feel like I would just talk to them, be like, "Hey, it's Lauren.
Yeah.
I miss you," and then just piss them off that way. I wouldn't like scare them, but I would do things that like they would know. Like I'd pick up my picture and then just like
Float
shake
it around.
Yeah, shake it in the air a little bit. And
They're
then
like,
set it
oh
back
shit,
down.
it's Lauren.
They're like, "Oh, Lauren's talking," and then
Yeah.
I'll just be like turning on the bathroom lights so
Yeah.
they know to go talk to me in the mirror.
Good.
I would
Good
be
idea.
such a boring ghost.
Yeah, you would.
That's why I want to be a vampire. Or no, werewolf.
Werewolf.
I don't know. Anyways, back to the draft.
Anyways, so your number one is vampire teeth.
Yeah.
My number one, candy corn.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Candy corn is the fucking worst thing
After
to be
last
given.
week.
The worst thing in the world to be given on Halloween.
Especially because they come in like packs of like 4 in the little like
Yeah.
plastic wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
lame.
worst.
Lame. I don't think I've ever like had candy corn though. But I get it.
Good.
I don't know what okay, my number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of candy or chocolate this is. I just know they exist. The little like ball candy that looks like an eyeball. The wrapping is like an eyeball, like a metal eyeball.
Like foil.
Yeah, not metal.
So
the
like
foil.
like chocolate.
Yeah, I think it's chocolate.
Probably.
I
If
don't
it's
know.
if it's wrapped in foil, it's gonna be chocolate.
Well, I didn't know if it was maybe like a jawbreaker or something.
No, if it's wrapped in foil, it's almost always chocolate.
you know what I'm
But
talking
If
about?
it's like in plastic, if it's like a clear plastic with an eyeball on it, it's probably a gumball.
Mm,
I love me a gummy eye. Not a gummy eye.
yeah.
Gummies are not good. If
Do you
give
know
me,
what I'm talking about
Yeah,
though?
yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know. I've never had them,
Where
but
it's
you
like
just see them. It's literally just like a foil eye.
yeah, and I'll tell you what's inside. It's just a solid ball of chocolate, like
Oh.
like a
Like a
musket shot
rock.
of
Damn.
chocolate.
That's what's inside. I was always
Yeah.
scared because I was like, I don't know what this is. I probably won't like it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's my number 2 because
That's
I'm
a
like,
fair number 2.
eh, it's why would you? There's so many other candies. Just
Yeah.
get a name brand.
But again, if you give me a eyeball gumball, I'm on board.
really,
Yeah, I love
Interesting.
gumballs.
eyeball gumball.
Eyeball gumball.
That's really hard
Yeah.
to say.
My number 2, easy, Milk Duds.
Oh yeah, no one likes
Yeah.
that.
Fuck, if you give me a box of
What
Milk Duds,
What's a milk dud?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I
what
don't
that
know,
is.
but they're not good.
yeah,
If you give me a box of Milk Duds, I'm gonna egg your house.
damn.
Easy.
Number 3.
Yep.
Butterfingers.
Fair number 3. I think for me, I didn't add anything after 5 because I
Oh,
don't think we're gonna have the same list. But
Right.
I think that's probably like top 10 for me. Butterfingers are not good.
Yeah,
And somebody who loves peanut butter, Butterfingers are fucking ass.
I just never liked them because none of my friends would ever want them. So whenever I had to like trade away, like
Yeah,
like
you
I
were
talked
stuck
to
with
the
them.
boss, I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do with Butterfingers?
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah,
My sister used to love Butterfingers. I don't know if she still does, but that was like her.
that's weird.
Yeah,
Her
like,
candy.
disgusting,
Mm.
nasty. Ugh. My number 3, Twizzlers. They're only the original.
And they come like this big too.
Yeah, like
the
they're a
short
3-pack or.
Yeah.
I also was gonna put like / black licorice because if you're handing out licorice to children on Halloween, you have a mental disability. I am sorry, that was aggressive.
Whoa! Tone it down.
No, Twizzlers, the regular Twizzlers, terrible.
Yeah.
Especially because like they're a thing that you can get all year round. It's not just the fact that they taste bad.
Well, I mean, you can get all candy.
That's not true.
Not all candy, but a big chunk of the candy you get. You can get Butterfingers year round.
You can get Butterfingers year round, but you cannot get candy corn year round. Now,
That's
candy corn is
true.
still on my worst thing, but you cannot get it. You cannot get it year round.
Right.
Also, like Reese's pumpkins, you can't get those year round. Those are only on Halloween.
Right. The specifics. that we
Now,
talked
if you
about.
give me pull and peel Twizzlers,
That's different.
I'm on board. I'm on board.
Really?
Oh, pull and peel.
come on.
Pull and peel is so good.
Ugh. Gross.
Or if you give me flavored Twizzlers, like more than just the original cherry or strawberry or whatever
yeah,
they
yeah.
are.
What is the flavor of a Twizzler?
Red. Strawberry, I think.
Strawberry?
Strawberry.
I don't know. I don't eat Twizzlers, so I,
I
don't
think
know.
they're strawberry. No, they're cherry. You know who knows the answer?
I'm gonna fact check you.
Riley knows the answer. Should I yell to her?
Should we phone a friend? They're strawberry.
See, I was right the first time. Go with your gut instinct.
Cool.
They do make cherry Twizzlers.
Yeah, I'm sure they make.
I don't think
them.
they're as popular. My favorite Twizzler, sweet and sour. They do lemon
Gross.
and cherry filled. So they have got ooze in the middle.
Oh, I hate that.
So good.
I hate that.
Delicious.
Ugh.
Sign me up. They don't make those in small packages though.
Disgusting.
What's your number 4?
Very vague, very broad, but it is any ripped open candy.
Oh yeah.
Because it could be drugged or have
If
them.
oh my god, you fucking what are you, my mother? There could be a razor blade
There
in
could
there.
be a razor blade in
There's
there.
nobody's wasting. You know how much razor blades cost?
Dude, that's still
Also,
a fear.
nobody's drugging. You know how much drugs cost? Nobody's drugging
In
your
this
candy.
economy,
Yeah,
come on
in this
now.
economy, nobody can afford
No
to
one
drug.
can afford to be
now back in
drugging
back in the
kids.
60s, 70s, 80s,
Sure.
drugs were a lot easier to
Sure.
get, a lot cheaper. People were drugging kids all the time.
Right.
Now you can't afford to spend your hard-earned drug money on drugs for Halloween
I
candy.
save this drugs for yourself.
Exactly.
No, I feel like this is valid though because that sucks because
absolutely,
the
yeah.
candy's ruined in
100%.
general.
And it gets everywhere.
and it gets
I
all
was
in
thinking
your
like box
bag
of nerds.
or in,
If you have an open box of nerds and you go to pull it out, it just goes. I'm like,
yeah, dude, it sucks. Or like if they get stuck together
Oh my
from that or
God.
like sticky together. Oh, it was so gross.
Yeah.
And at the end of every night, Halloween night, we would all sort our candy out. But our one friend's dad was very, very nervous about the whole
Razor blade drugs,
things.
yeah.
So he went through all of our candy before we then sorted it all out. So that was like just a big like
What was he doing?
he was just seeing if it was opened or not. Or seeing if he could
He
tell if
touched every piece of candy.
yeah.
That's
He
insane.
sat and like sorted it out and then we like conveyor belted and like sorted it between us. Yeah, it was a process. And
God,
because
that
of
man's paranoid.
yeah, because of that, I hated number 4. Or that's what
I hated number 4.
I hated number 4. I hated ripped open candy because
Yeah.
I was just like, this makes us so paranoid.
Slows down the process,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I want to eat my candy.
Yeah, fair. My number 4, also very broad. Old people candy.
Nah, like the little gold,
Yeah,
like
like
Werther's type
bit of
thingy.
honeys, Werther's,
Yeah,
caramel
Yeah.
things, anything that's like
probably has been sitting in a bowl
for
since last
ages.
Halloween.
Yeah, like stop making that
Stop
stuff.
serving them.
Stop. Yeah.
Why do they exist still?
I don't know.
What would be on like the counter of like a barber shop?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
If you give me a Werther's original, I'm gonna punch you in the teeth.
That's a good pick.
Thank
That's
you.
a good pick. I didn't even think of that. My number 5, I don't even know if I've gotten this on Halloween, but it's just a candy that I get mad about like receiving. It's chocolate coins.
Okay.
I don't
Also wrapped in foil.
also wrapped in foil.
Yeah.
Something about that. I just think they taste
Not good.
not good.
They are not good.
They taste like plastic to me.
Yeah, they're very like not chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so every time I got them, I'd be like, it's cool. I like the chocolate coin. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like, ugh,
Yeah.
they don't taste good. So I
No.
was like, nah, if I got
And
that
those are
on
things
Halloween.
like you always get like somebody decorated their house all pirate themed.
Right. I
And
was
they've got a
like,
treasure chest full of chocolate coins.
I feel like I've gotten them on Halloween before because of that, but
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no.
What's your five?
My number 5 is fruit.
I put fruit as my number 7.
Yeah, fruit is up there. Now,
Have you gotten fruit
I
before?
have.
Okay.
I used to, when we were kids, we would go. So there's 2 nights you go trick or treating in Buffalo. I think this is a thing in other places, but I only know of it in Buffalo for sure. But I have to believe it exists elsewhere. So there's Beggars Night, which is the night before Halloween.
Beggars night?
Beggars Night, and that's when
Okay.
you go out. And the old, the wives' tale is that like you'd go out and you're begging for candy before it's actually Halloween. So that's how it started.
Sure.
Because people would go out before Halloween and they'd beg for some early candy. Because if you don't have candy the night before Halloween, you're doing something wrong.
I've never had
So,
that.
Yeah, Beggars Night.
experience.
And so on Beggars Night, we would go out to this neighborhood that was like down the street for me.
Mhm.
And there was like, I don't know, 10 streets you'd go down. One of them was always closed down because the close family friends of ours would like do a haunted house in their garage.
Sure.
And so they made this like a whole thing. They closed down the street. They do a huge thing. Everybody was trick-or-treating. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So that was Beggars Night. After we were done on Beggars Night, we would drive back home. But before we'd make it all the way home, there was one like other street that didn't really participate in the Beggars Night part of
Mhm.
it. And that my preschool teacher lived there.
Mm.
So we would stop at her house, knock on the door, ring the doorbell, yell trick or treat. She would come out and give us a can of pop, a bag of popcorn, and an apple.
Dang.
And now that was I was fine with that because it was like her name was Mrs. Debbie.
Miss Debbie.
Yeah, Miss Debbie was the best. And so like getting an apple from Mrs. Debbie was fun.
Right.
She was like a second grandma.
Right. Plus, you got snacks and soda
a whole
with
can
it.
of
You
pop,
didn't
a
just
whole can of
yeah,
pop. It
you
was
didn't
the best.
just
Yeah.
get an apple.
Yeah.
You know.
But there have been other times, like on Halloween, we'd go to my grandmother's neighborhood and do trick or treating there.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be people who would just give out just a piece of fruit. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what do you? I don't want this banana that's turning brown
Yeah.
because you forgot to buy candy.
I got
Dorothy.
applesauce once, but otherwise I've never gotten
Applesauce.
And that's why I didn't count it as like a
like a
fruit,
like a go-go squeeze or like a
no,
Mott's.
it was like a Mott's peel thing, because like if you gave a go-go squeeze, it gets smushed in the candy. So yeah, they gave us one of those. I was like, that's
You give me a Mott's
That's pretty
applesauce,
good.
cinnamon, I'm on board.
yeah, it refuels
I
you
love a good
halfway through the
applesauce,
night.
yeah.
I hate applesauce, so I was
I hate
really
regular
excited.
applesauce. Love cinnamon applesauce.
Why do you? What's the difference?
It
is
tastes
so,
like cinnamon.
I know, but it's so significant that you don't like the plain version.
Plain is just not good.
That's
It tastes like somebody vomited apple into a cup
oh,
and I had to eat it.
oh, that sounds.
Whereas if you sprinkle a
awful.
little bit of cinnamon on it, suddenly I'm like, oh, it doesn't taste like
well,
vomit anymore.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Regular applesauce is just bland.
That's a hot
It's
take. I
very
feel
bleh.
like quite literally apple
Bleh.
puke.
Yeah.
Hot take.
But cinnamon? Ooh, boy.
Do you like cinnamon? Do you like the smell of cinnamon?
Yeah, sure.
I love the smells. Like the people who have those like cinnamon sticks. You boil them.
Yeah.
The
Oh
whole
my God,
house
your whole
smells good.
house forever.
Oh.
Yeah. Gets into the walls.
Yeah. I need
Yeah.
to start doing that once it becomes like Christmassy. Can't do it yet. It's too
And it's not, well, you could do it like November.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's like-
saying. It's
yeah,
got to be
yeah,
a
yeah.
post Halloween
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
But
Too spooky for cinnamon right now.
it's too spooky for cinnamon. I agree.
Yeah. Should we jump back to hurricanes? That's our draft of worst treats on Halloween, by the way.
What about said hurricane?
Hurricanes, the naming of them.
Oh, you're
So
right.
I know
was like,
that
what now?
every year they have already pre-selected the names A through Z.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to know, I also know that they retire names for hurricanes that were so damaging, so
Right.
they don't reuse it.
Right.
Like Katrina, don't ever get
Katrina.
used again.
Right.
R.I.P.
Mm.
Helene will probably never get used again.
Yeah. Helene's pretty unique though.
Yeah, Helene's killed like 230 people, so I don't think she's getting used.
God, yeah.
Milton will probably not be used again, assuming that he's gonna fuck some shit up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it's been impacting the islands down south yet, because it was Cat 5 right next to them, so I can imagine there's been a lot of damage down there.
Yeah. But what I want to know is like, one, who's picking the names?
Yeah.
How are they picking the names?
Yeah. Like, do you get paid to just
To
pick
be
out?
a hurricane namer?
Could you imagine?
Yeah. And then why?
But it's also
why
not even
these
just-
shit names?
It's like storm. You name every tropical storm.
Yes.
That's insane.
Like, but
I feel like they just go through.
they just got a
the
book of
Gerber
names.
list.
Gerber list of names.
Gerber list of names, and they're like, "What's popular?
They're
What's
like
not?"
Milton.
Because they're all pretty unique names too. Well, that's not true.
Well, last year was
Ian.
Ian.
Yeah, Ian's not that unique. of a
Ian's
name.
not unique. We've had Hurricane Matthew.
Yeah.
Katrina was pretty unique. Helene is
Yeah.
very unique.
Yeah.
Leslie is currently sitting out in the Atlantic. Before her was Kirk. Kirk's a good one.
Kirk is a good one.
Hurricane
Kirk.
Hurricane Kirk came and fucked us up. I wouldn't be upset about it. But Milton,
Milton.
fucking Grandpa Miltz is coming up.
Little old Milton.
Little old Milton. I just like. I'm sure there is an actual explanation, but I want to know like why do they pick the names they pick?
I genuinely think they just go down a list.
Here we look.
Yeah, see if there's, because in my opinion, what I would do is like pull up every possible name in like the English dictionary, because apparently
Yeah.
we only do like English traditional names.
Yeah.
And just go down the list. Like, all right, we're on A17. All right, Allison, Hurricane Allison is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And then go down to the next one. B, and they go every other boy girl, like traditional boy girl name.
Oh, they do operate. They do
yeah,
switch.
it's a more feminine
Yeah,
name.
because we had
versus a
Leslie,
more-
then Milton,
Mhm,
Kirk, then Leslie,
mhm.
Helene, then Kirk. But we skipped over I and J. There must have
There
been.
are probably two
in the
tropical
Atlantic, yeah.
storms, yeah. But they just do a more feminine name versus a more masculine
Yeah.
name, switching back and forth. So I wonder how they like.
In the early 1950s, until the early 1950s, tropical storms and hurricanes were tracked by year and the order in which they occurred during that year. Over time, it was learned that the use of short, easily remembered names and written as well as spoken communications is quicker and reduces confusion when two or more tropical storms occur at the same time.
Yeah. Right.
In 53, the United States began using female names for storms, and by 78, both male and female names were used. So it took them 25
Why
years.
did they just call them girls?
Yeah. Because it was a bunch of men in the 50s going like,
And they're like, oh
here
no,
comes fucking bitch.
Deborah's
Yeah.
on the way.
Here comes Debbie.
Come on.
Big Debbie's
Big old
making.
Debbie. That's
And then 25 years
so
later, there were probably some women in the workforce who were
fucked.
like,
Who were like,
could we maybe?
actually, Hurricane Justin
Yeah.
is really pissing me off this year. And they just said, oh, fuck all my husbands. That's crazy.
And actually, that was for all storms in the United States. And by 78, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms, which was then adopted in 79 for the Atlantic. So our side of things didn't start happening until 1979.
Right, because don't they do like blizzards and stuff too?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, just tropical storm.
Oh, okay.
The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World Meteorological Organization, the WMO. For Atlantic hurricanes, there is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there's a change is if a storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate.
Right, it retires.
In the event that more than 21 tropical cyclones occur in a season, a supplemental list of names are used. So, what is the supplemental list? So it's a 6-year rotation. So they just came up with names, in 1979.
They have 6 A names.
They have 6 A names, 6 B, 6. They have
6
21 times 6.
6 feminine names and 6 masculine names. A names?
Probably, yeah.
So 12 A names.
Yeah.
And then rotate through. Okay. That makes sense. And then when it's significant, they say, okay, Katrina, you're done. Girl,
and the
get
supplemental
out.
list of names won't load. So
Oh, cool.
we'll never know what the
We'll
supplemental
never know.
list is.
I'll never know what the names
But
are.
there is a complete list.
So what's next? What's going to be after Milton?
Oh
Or is
my God, alphabetical list of retired Atlantic names. This is a long list of
all
retired
right,
names.
this will take 5 years.
Yeah, we won't go through all that. Here's the alternate name list. This is only showing me retired names. Retired. Okay. Here's the alternate. The alternates are Adria, Braylon, Caridad, Deshawn, Emery, Foster, Gemma.
Sorry, Caridad is easy to distinguish.
I have no idea. Emery,
Deshawn.
Foster, Gemma, Heath, Isla, Jacobus. That's a good one. Hurricane Jacobus. Kenzie, Lucio.
Lucio's cool.
Yeah. Michaela. She sounds like a bitch.
Hey, be nice.
Nolan, Orlando.
Hurricane Orlando.
Hurricane Orlando.
Hitting Orlando.
That's so stupid.
That's insane.
Pax, Ronan, Sophie,
Ronan's scary.
Tayshawn, Viviana, and Will.
Well,
They end at W. But in the Pacific, they have Aiden, Bruna, Carmelo, Daniela, Esteban. Ooh, Hurricane Esteban.
wait, I feel like we've had that.
An Esteban? No, this is Pacific. We can't possibly have had it.
Oh, then we definitely, yeah.
Ew.
Please.
Oh my lord. After Esteban is Flor, Gerardo, Hedda, Izzy, Jacinta, Canito, Luna, Marina, Nancy, Ovidio, Pia or Pia, depending on how you pronounce that, Ray, Skylar, Teo, Violetta, Wilfredo.
Wilfredo?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Zinnia with an X.
Zinnia.
Yariel, and then Zoe.
Wow, they got a little bit more jiggy with it.
Yeah, they got
over
some.
there.
They got some spice over in the
Dang.
Pacific.
Kind of lame.
But there's a lot of retired names,
Well,
like a lot.
yeah.
Let me just double check that Katrina is in fact retired. It is.
Yeah, I sure hope it is. She's like the big bad of
Yeah.
all time.
Ian has been retired, I think, as well. Yeah, Ian's been retired.
Yeah, so I can imagine Milton will be retired.
Yeah, I think Milton's done for.
You had a good run, Milton.
Yeah, you did what you could.
You did, and you haven't even happened yet. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's gonna cause some.
Damage.
There's gonna be some shit that goes down.
Yeah.
I would like to know what the rotation of names is. Oh, I got it. 2024. After Milton, we've got Nadine, Oscar, Patty, Raphael, Sarah, Tony, Valerie, and William.
Will is different than William?
Will is different than William.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
You can have Hurricane Will and Hurricane William.
I would have not done that.
We will then repeat this list in 2030. Assuming, again, we won't use Helene and we probably won't use Milton. Next year's names. Here we go. Next 2025 official names for her first tropical storms.
Bring it on.
Andrea, Barry, Chantel.
Chantel's good.
Yeah, Dexter,
Dexter's great.
Aaron, Fernand.
Eh.
Fernand is probably a boy's name, so I'm going to assume this one's Gabrielle.
Mm-hmm.
Humberto.
Humberto.
That's pretty good.
Humberto. That's very cute.
Imelda.
Imelda.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Fucking Jerry.
I
Old man
love
Jerry.
That.
Karen. That's going to.
Ooh.
I hope Karen fucks some shit up.
No, I don't want that.
Lorenzo. I like that one.
That one's good.
Melissa.
Sure.
Nestor.
Nestor. That's so sweet.
Nestor's then followed by Olga.
Olga. That's in rotation.
Yeah.
They've named storms up.
Pablo.
Sure.
Rebecca.
Sure.
Rebecca is, by the way, spelled Rebekah. Not your traditional Rebecca. Rebecca. Sebastian.
Deb.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Van. And then last but not least, Wendy.
Wendy.
Yeah.
That's good. Those are pretty
Hurricane
good.
Wendy.
That sounds about right. That sounds common.
Yeah, those are some solid names. There are some. I feel like they don't. I feel like they do actually change them more often.
I feel like, yeah.
Because some of these names I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know how much I paid attention to hurricanes in the past. I mean, the past 6 years I have, but like prior to that,
Right.
I
know
never paying attention.
you've paid attention to the last loop. You don't know what they did prior to this.
That's a
loop.
good point. It's a very good point.
They could have retired every single one in the last 6 years before you moved here.
That's a very good point.
So I only know Ian because everyone talks about Ian.
Yeah, and I keep saying last year Ian was 2022, not
2 years
23,
ago.
yeah.
But I missed on that one.
I did not.
Yeah, that's awful.
Ian was a doozy.
That's awful.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Lighter news.
Lighter news.
I had my birthday.
Yes. How'd it go?
I got old. It was great. I didn't do anything.
You did nothing.
No, I did do a lot of things on my birthday, but I didn't do anything with people on my actual birthday.
Okay.
Which is like, I think the first time I've ever like not even seen like a friend.
That's
like,
crazy.
Done even a dinner or
Did
just
you work?
like no, it was
Okay.
it was on Sunday.
Oh, right.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to do anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know
If
why.
I spent my birthday alone, I'd be a depressed piece of shit.
But I did things for myself and I did things with myself, you know? Like I went to the grocery store and stocked up. All right.
What the fuck?
All right. It was a me day.
Okay, yeah.
And I got a massage. Have you ever gotten a
No.
professional massage?
I've never gotten a massage.
Oh, well, that sucks. You haven't lived. I got a professional
I'm too
one.
ticklish. We've talked about this before.
Oh, that's okay. That's valid.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think I saw God. It
Wow.
was phenomenal. I don't even know how to describe it. I was very relaxed. I was kind of anxious at first because I'd never gotten one before. And
Yeah,
I was
now you're
like,
gonna have a stranger's hands all over your body.
yeah, I'm like naked under this towel. I don't want
Yeah,
this.
how much clothing?
It's up to you.
I know that, but I'm asking you how much.
I went just to the underwear.
Okay. You didn't go full.
No, I thought about it because we were in there and there was a steam room and they were like, if you'd like to use it, you can. You just need to have like either a bathrobe on or something. You need a layer. And I was like, and she was like, wear a swimsuit. I was like, I didn't wear a swimsuit. If I had known you had a steam room, I would have brought a swimsuit.
Smart. Well,
And,
now you
like,
know for next time.
I'm not going back there. It's so expensive.
Oh.
I went to the Grand Floridian. I bawled out and it was so nice. But yeah, I kept my underwear on and otherwise, it was like, it was.
Where were the
so-
hand? How much of your body was touched by this person?
Okay, like here up, like
Yeah.
collarbone up, because you just massage the shoulders. You're not gonna like massage your chest, and then all of the arms. She didn't like massage my stomach,
Sure,
If-
that'd be weird. Yeah.
right? So when I was on my stomach, it was like my full back, but like up until like the edge of like my ass.
Yeah.
And then when she like massaged my leg, she like just like pulled back like one leg at a time, because it was like a heated blanket. So she pulled like one leg at a time, and it just like covered my butt still. Like she didn't like pull off half of the
Yeah.
sheet. It just like
She's like, all right.
no
No
'cause
more of this.
She literally was like, she's like, you're gonna take off your robe, you'll get under like this blanket, like but lay on your stomach and put your head in the
Yeah, the
head hole thing.
Head in the hole.
you know? And she's like, I'll be out. And she's like, I'll knock on the door and you just say come in whenever you're ready. I was like, okay. So she left. I was like, okay, now I gotta get naked. This is bad. Now,
Yeah, I couldn't
now
do
I'm
that.
nervous. So I got naked, got under the blanket, and like also I got on my stomach, but then had to like shift the blanket like over me, because I was like, I don't know how much of my back to expose
Yeah.
right off the bat. I don't know. It was very interesting. But after that, and she like just came in and just started like doing her thing, I was like, okay, good night. Like this is great. I didn't fall asleep, but I was like not on this planet for the hour that I was in there for.
Wow.
So
You didn't fall asleep?
mm-mm.
I can't. If I was that relaxed, I don't know how I wouldn't fall asleep.
I think because I was so
Did you talk to her?
No. Well, the only time that I spoke, like before, like during stuff, but then while she was actually massaging me was when she asked me to like flip over.
Yeah.
So then I like flipped over, and that was really awkward.
There were a lot of like oiled up.
Yeah, I was like super like oily afterwards. I added the like hot stone add-on, so she like did like really hot rocks like into my body, and I was like, this is great.
Is it?
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. I 1000% would recommend it if it's affordable.
To get hot rocks put on you?
Yes, it like it melts your muscles. It relaxes. The warmth melts like your muscles, quite literally. It relaxes them instead of freezing them and tensing them up.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. I chose at the beginning of the appointment when I like check in, the guy like put down like a plate of rocks or stones, and he
Yeah.
was like, pick the one that speaks to you. And I was like,
What fucking crystal bullshit is
it
this?
was a crystal thing. So I was like, I like dug around and picked one. He goes, oh, what a great choice. He explained the type of stone to me. And then he goes, you can go add it to like our like Zen garden. So I like walked over, put it in like a little garden with a bunch of other rocks.
I'd have been like, boom.
I was like clink. But then later when I get called up, like an hour later, because I checked in, well, not an hour, like a half hour later.
What were you doing in the meantime?
Just chilling in one of the rooms in my robe. Like you go into a chill room with like lounge chairs,
Yeah.
and it was like the ladies, like almost like a locker room.
A bunch of naked women in robes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's where the sauna room is. There's a whirlpool, there's showers, there's bathrooms, there's like the lockers where you do put like your phone and stuff in.
Yeah.
So it's
Were
literally
they
just
playing
like
music?
yeah, they were playing piano versions of Disney stuff.
Oh,
Like
God.
lo-fi, which I thought was super nice, but then they didn't play that inside the massage room. It was like regular spa music inside the spa, like
Okay.
the massage room.
What is regular spa? I don't need to know.
Just like lo-fi,
Yeah.
like piano music.
Yeah, music nobody knows the name of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like rain sounds. But when I went into the room, she was like, you chose this stone. And I was like, how do you know? the stone I chose impacted my massage.
It did?
The lights. She's like, so we're gonna put the lights on to match your stone. So I had green lighting because I chose a green
Nice.
rock.
Hell yeah.
And she's like, this represents this, and she's like, these are the things we're gonna target. And I'm like, I know it's all
Did
like,
she speak like how I think she spoke?
what is how you think she's
Like she spoke like this the entire time, and it was very soothing.
Yeah,
but really,
kind
it
of.
makes me super uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was kind of soothing. It wasn't too like ASMR-y. Like she
Yeah.
was still talking, but it was definitely like calming. And I told her this was my first time getting massage. She was
you're a virgin.
I was a virgin at the time, and she was just like very like, here's what we're gonna do, like talking me through it and stuff. And she's like, just so you know, like
Did she tell you in advance before she put your hands on her hands on you?
Oh,
She's like, okay, I'm
no.
gonna touch you now.
No. But she did ask me if she was like, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Are there any areas you want me to work on? And are there any areas you do not want me to work on? Like, you don't want to be touched. You know, like if people don't like their feet getting
You're like,
touched.
no, have at me.
No, I literally, I was like, you can go as hard as you want. You can like literally go
Jesus.
anywhere. I don't care. Please cure me. It felt amazing.
Wow.
And out of 10,
Good for you.
get a massage.
I could never, because I'm just too ticklish. Like if that question of like where would you not like me to massage you, I would say pretty much everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even like a spine massage.
I mean, maybe, but like, is that even that comfortable?
Yes, that's normally where they massage on your back.
Spine?
Yes, like along your spine. Like if this is your spine, they go on either edge.
Anything below the shoulder blades for me, and I start squirming.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to sign
Like
up
get as
for
close to
another
my
one
spine
now.
as you want, but anything below the shoulder blades, and I'm done for.
That's crazy. Nah.
My legs though go to town.
Really? You're
Yeah.
not ticklish?
No, not on my legs.
Oh my god, I feel like my legs are pretty
No,
ticklish.
fuck the shit out of my legs. I don't know why I worded it like that.
Because you were thinking about how I said I put it hard earlier.
yeah. No,
No,
like destroy my
That's
legs.
crazy. Do you ever like foam roll your legs? That
No.
doesn't tickle you?
No.
Oh, well.
I've got
Wait.
that leg massager down there that like squeezes my legs.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
Yeah, but like it squeezes the fuck
It-
out of my legs.
if you have someone like rolling pin the back of your legs, you'll be ticklish.
No.
It's like very.
no, roll me,
That's wild.
roll me.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
My feet don't touch.
That's wild.
Yeah,
No,
my
I was told
arms,
her, I was
arms,
like, go
legs,
wherever.
a hand massage. I would love one of those.
Yeah.
Like crack my shit.
Yeah, she didn't really massage my hands as much as I would have liked it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get. She did
Fair.
like everything else.
Fair.
It was really nice though. But then after that, I went and got an ear piercing.
Did you?
I got a new piercing. I don't know if you can see it. It's the one that's like in the middle of my ear there.
A little ball.
That one.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, I got her straight through the ear. 10 out of 10. I'm in love. It was so nice.
That's good.
I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, that was my birthday. Then I went home, made dinner, played video games,
Nice.
went to bed, went to work. the
I'd
next
say
day.
it's a solid birthday.
It was like I said, it was a me day. I did
Yeah.
like things like I wanted to do, but I did them alone, which is kind of like
Yeah.
sad sounding. But I spent the whole Saturday, like the day prior, with my
Doing
friend.
stuff with
Like I
people,
went to like farmers market, things like that. So I didn't feel like I didn't do anything for my birthday.
Hmm.
But it was the first time where like on my actual day, I didn't like blow out a candle or like have a cake or anything like that. That's like a traditional like birthday activity. So I
Wow.
think next year I'm gonna probably want to do like go
Something.
out
Yeah.
or something.
How old do you turn next year?
25.
Yeah, you got to do something big for that one.
Holla! Yeah.
Quarter life.
I know. I have a crisis every day, so
Yeah, fair.
I'm not really worried about the quarter life moment. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to go out or go do like
Yeah,
go
gotta go big.
travel
Gotta
or
go
something.
big, yeah.
It's a good weekend to travel. So.
Yeah. So you came in from work today,
Yeah.
and I was talking about your outfit
Yeah. I look
when you.
stunning.
Yeah. Well,
God damn.
you look
okay.
like Milton. That's what you look like. With
I
that
do.
vest. That
I'm
vest.
dressed
Is that a sweater vest?
It is a sweater vest. It's
Okay.
super. It's fucking hot in here, and the
It
sweater
is
vest
warm
is
in here.
not
I'm wearing
helping.
a hoodie and jeans right now, and I don't know why.
I'm sweating in my sweater vest,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I look like a.
I said when you
Cool.
came over. I said when she came over here, she looked like she rolled right out of the 70s. But then you said something, and it
Yeah.
correlated with what today is.
With what happens to be today.
Today, October 8th, is International Lesbian Day,
Yeah.
and Lauren's looking full blown.
I feel like I look
full-blown
kinda
lesbian right now.
lesbian. I think it's a good look. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan, but it does give that energy.
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
giving lesbian,
For sure.
and
But
it's good for you.
thanks. I try.
Yeah.
I try. I think it's a good look. For
The ladies, you know what I found out recently?
Uh-oh.
So the primary audience of our podcast is 23 to 27-year-old women.
How did you find this data?
They collect data on everything on
That's
the internet.
crazy.
Yeah,
Wait, 23 to 27?
23 to 27-year-old women. So
Okay.
your age group.
My-
I mean, our age group. You're 23. Or you're 24. I'm 28.
It's
So
like,
like,
hey,
we're in there.
yeah, but our range.
Yeah, and mostly women.
Interesting.
69% to be
Why?
exact of our audience is
Why?
women. So
You
they're
guys are wasting time.
well, not if they're lesbians. They're here for you.
hey.
We know they're not here for me.
Listen. Let me just.
Yeah, speak to your audience. but into the microphone.
Hi.
Okay. But yeah, I found that out this weekend.
That's interesting.
Majority of our audience is 22 to 27-year-old women.
We don't talk about girly
That's
things.
what I said.
I mean, I guess I kind of do sometimes, but like we don't.
We do not. The things that we talk about.
That smut episode got everyone hooked.
That's what I think it was. Yeah, the two smut episodes in a row really
Two
brought
smut
over the
episodes back to back.
ladies.
They were like, shit.
Yeah. I asked my guy friends this weekend at the wedding. I was like, "You guys know
Did they
what
listen?
smut is?"
Oh.
I didn't play it for them.
thank
I was
God.
going to, but I
Thank
didn't.
God.
I was like, "You guys know what smut is?" And I was actually specifically saying this to my brother on the drive up, and he was like, "No." I go, "It's like when you're reading about sex,
Yeah.
that's smut."
Yeah. Spicy scenes.
Yeah, and he was like, "Okay, what if I'm?" He said to me,
Oh no.
"What did he say?" For exactly what animal he said, but he was. I want to say he said horses, horses or cows. He said, "Well, what if I'm reading about horses?" And I said, "Then you're reading about horses. What the fuck?"
Why was that what he thought of?
Because he thought I was like.
Does he mean like?
He thought I was using an adjective.
Oh.
Smut as an adjective.
Yeah.
Not smut as a category.
Yeah.
So he said, "What if I'm reading about horses?" And I go, "Then you're fucking reading about horses. What do you mean?"
What do you mean? Oh my God. So he thought, what are you reading about horse sex?
No. Just horses in general.
Oh.
So I said I go, "If you're reading sex, that's smut."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Then what if I'm reading about horses?"
And that's
I go,
horse.
"That's horses." Like
Wait,
that. He didn't know I was saying that the category of reading sex is smut.
Yeah.
He thought I was describing reading sex as smut. I was like, no.
What if I'm reading about horses?
What if I'm reading about horses?
Hard.
But then I asked all my other guy friends, and none of them knew what it was until
they have
I started.
girlfriends?
Some of them do, yeah.
Okay.
Until I started explaining. As soon as I started explaining, they were like, "Oh, yeah, we know what it is. Yeah, like we understand." And then I told them that I did read it, and they were like,
Why?
"Fucking why?"
Why?
I'm like, because I did, and I was like, and I was super uncomfortable. But that does bring me to this weekend.
The
wedding. My friend, best friend Jake, and his now wife Kristen.
Wow.
Shout out, you guys. You won't watch this, I'm sure, but
Womp.
yeah, well, but it was quite possibly like one of the best weddings, if not the best wedding I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The reception was. Let's start earlier. The reception. The dinner was so good.
What did you have? What kind of? Okay, wait.
So it was buffet.
Okay. Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
You
buffet
have
style.
to.
Got to go buffet.
You got to.
And they had fucking I forgot everything already. There was chicken.
Okay.
There was
what kind of just chicken?
Chicken, some with an F. Francis.
Fancy.
Chicken Francis. I don't.
I thought you were gonna say chicken fried. I'm
No.
like something with an F.
FRANCESE.
I don't know.
Francis.
Francis.
Either way, it was fucking delicious.
Chicken.
Yeah, they had some sort of beef.
Mm.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was beef. A little too rare for me, but it was good.
Oh, no such thing.
They had the rolls were delicious. Rolls were delicious. They had
making me hungry,
they
dog.
had carrots, like little baby carrots, like warm, probably boiled.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
There were a few other things. A lot of stuff I didn't eat because like there was either cheese or it was mashed potatoes or something. But the food that I did eat was phenomenal.
Bangin'.
The salad as the appetizer.
Wow.
Yeah, very good. Then fast forward to the reception.
Have you ever seen Four Weddings?
No.
Okay.
I know. I think I've heard of it though.
Like a really quick synopsis.
Yeah.
It's 4 brides go to each other's weddings and then they rate them on 4 different categories where it's like the venue, the food, the dress, and then overall like opinion.
The venue is phenomenal.
So I was gonna ask, like, okay, the
venue, like out of 10, I'd give it a 9. The only reason I'm taking away a point is because it was like out in the like the mountains.
Okay.
And beautiful fall colors, and there were cabins all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so they like booked out all the cabins for everybody that was coming to the wedding. And they had cabins for the bridesmaids and for the groomsmen. They had 2 cabins. They were the CEO cabins. beautiful log cabins, but the CEO cabins were you had to drive to the venue. Now it was only a 3-minute
Oh.
drive, but you had to like you could only get there by driving
Yeah, that sucks.
because they were across a creek.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's kind of dumb because
For your main group.
yeah, like we should be closest to the venue.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, you were groomsmen?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was in the
That's
wedding.
fun.
I was like, we should be closest to the venue, so that way when we get fucked up, we don't have to worry about how we're getting back to the cabin. We
Right.
can just walk back.
Right.
But unfortunately, we had to. There was always a whole drive that whenever we wanted to get back to the cabin,
That sucks.
which is a little annoying. Not the end of the world though.
Yeah.
But I am taking away a point for that. The
Okay.
venue, great.
Okay.
What's
9 out of
next?
10. The dress. How was it? Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How was everyone's fits? What you had to wear?
First of all, Kristen's dress, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
She looked stunning.
Aw,
Yeah, she was
that's
absolutely
wholesome.
beautiful.
Good.
The bridal party as a whole,
Yeah.
we looked good.
Good.
We looked. I want to see if I can
Love.
get a picture really quick.
Yeah. Get a big group pic.
We looked so fucking good. There's a quick picture of bridegroom and the groom's sister.
Oh, her dress is stunning.
Very, very.
Everyone
very,
looks so
very
good. I love the flowers too.
Yeah. Oh god, do we have the pictures? They posted a few. And one of the pictures that they posted was of the groomsmen,
Mm.
and it was such a good picture, and I don't know if it's still on here anywhere. It appears to not be, which is unfortunate. But either way, we looked really good. When the pictures come out, I will be sure to show you. We looked good as hell. Here's us like cheering during their.
Oh man, yeah, the colors are stunning.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. It was we looked great.
Aw.
And now we knew some of the bridesmaids, and by some I mean 2. And that they were Jake's sisters.
Oh, okay.
So we knew 2 of them.
Yeah.
The other ones were all of Kristen's friends she's from Boston.
Okay.
And so we had never met before the day before the wedding, and we didn't really know each other. We had all texted previously because we were all in a big group chat.
Trying to plan. everything.
And so we all met like the day before and kind of were planning our walkouts for the reception.
Yep.
And we all came up with these really awesome ideas. Mine, so I was walking with Kristen's friend Megan, who was a hoot and a half.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Her and I decided that so the song we chose to walk out to was We Are Who We Are by Kesha.
Sure.
And instead of walking out, because we didn't have a plan for like what we were going to do, everybody else was like shotgunning or doing this or doing that and blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah. So I was like, or Kristen was like, you know what would be really awesome is if you drove out my dad's golf cart. And I said, that would be so cool. And Megan was like, do you think he'll let us do that? And she was like,
Yeah.
go ask. So we go up to her dad, who I had never met, doesn't know who the fuck I am.
Oh my god.
And Megan goes up and goes, can we use the golf cart tomorrow for the reception, like to walk out in or like to drive out?
yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure, that's fine with me. And we were like, okay.
Oh my god.
So we drove out, like everybody else was like walking out for the reception. And it was all outside.
yeah.
We drove across the lawn,
Oh
parked the thing, tossed each other our drinks, and then just
Shotgun.
slammed them.
god, that's
was
great.
awesome.
I love that.
It was so good.
I love that.
Yeah. There were some other good walkouts. My friend Ben was walking with Jake's sister Mariah,
Mm-hmm.
and he has always joked that like he and Mariah are going to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And we always make those jokes to Jake all the time. And so what they did for their walkout was Jake proposed to Mariah
Oh my-
with a high noon.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
god,
good.
that's wild.
It was so good.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Have fun.
So there were some good walkouts. And then the reception, we were all kind of like, what's the music going to be like? Because they asked us to put in song requests,
Yeah.
which a bunch of us did. There were like, I don't know, 60, 70 songs requested. And so a bunch of us put in song requests. But we also know, like all the guys, know that Jake is a big fan of remixes. Like since high school, Jake has listened to remixes.
Sure.
Exhibit A being the big booty.
Yep. I totally get
he's
that.
a huge, like, if it's a mashup, a remix, anything,
goes
he's
hard.
listened to it.
Yeah.
So we were like, if this playlist for the reception is going to be all mashups and remixes, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many of those you can take.
Right.
Well, it was that to an extent, but it was so good. The
Really?
music was insane.
Oh, that's good. Was
Yeah.
it a DJ like making sure it's all like going
it was
together?
a DJ, but
Or was it
like,
just a person who was like, this song is up next?
well, no, because it wasn't. So like there was like there were like certain songs or it had the beat from the previous song and so it was like I didn't like see a DJ booth.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't looking, but I didn't see somebody like mixing things. So I'm
Oh.
wondering if this guy
Made a
created
one like a 2 hour, 3 hour,
Yeah.
whatever.
it
That's
was
pretty impressive.
so good.
Oh, I love
so
that.
good. And our group of friends, so like all the guys, our dates, and just like our friend group as a whole.
Yeah.
We were the life of the party.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so Kristen had come up to specifically me, but us in advance, and had said, like, we need you guys to like keep this party going. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, don't lose steam, keep this party going. We want people to have a good time. And then she looked at me and she was like, Joe, she was like, I'm counting on you to make this party a lot of fun.
Oh my
And then she
gosh.
specifically was like, at the after party, because at the reception ended at 9:30,
Right.
which is really early.
Right.
But then we walked across the lawn to another pavilion where we had the after party,
Sure.
where Jake just put like his iPad on a speaker and played music that way.
Yeah.
And she was like, I need you to keep that party going. And I was
Wait,
like, listen,
this doesn't end
I
at
was like,
9:30.
I'm going to get fucked up and I'm going to get this party going,
Oh
Kristen.
my
Don't worry, I
gosh.
got you.
I love that.
So we ended up being the life of the party, and they paid the photographers to also make a whole video, not just of the wedding, but of the reception as
how
well.
fun.
And so for the entire reception, our group had at least one camera on us at all times. And they
that's
were
how
saying,
it should be.
Yeah, they were saying the next day at the brunch, that like we are probably about 80% of the wedding video. And I was like,
no grandma.
I was like, let's fucking
No
go.
parents.
Like it was just
Just drew all the attention.
It was so
That's
good.
great.
It was so good. We
Oh
have a
my gosh.
rendition of Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. We
Yeah.
have a rendition of it that we created a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Where we insert like the Lil Jon like yells.
Yeah.
Yeah. At certain points of the song because it just works well.
Sure.
And everybody like the following day was like, that was so good. Like, oh my God, we love that.
Oh
Kristen
my
came up to
God.
all of us and was like, all of my friends like loved you guys.
That's great.
And I was like, damn, we're the best.
I
It was
love
just so much
that.
fun. It was awesome. It was so
Yeah.
good. The music was phenomenal. The party was awesome. The food was great.
Yeah.
There was pizza at the after party. So good.
Shit. That's great. Well, we have a wedding next week from one of our coworkers, one of our friends. And
I don't think it's going to be as good, but I'm excited.
well, yeah, because it's a different crowd. Like
Very
your
different crowd.
your close friend group versus like someone we all work
yeah,
with.
this was like people I've been friends with for 10 to 12 years
Yeah, that
versus
hits.
these are people that I've known through work for a year.
Right. But next episode will be a post-wedding episode.
Post-wedding episode.
So it'll be interesting. We'll
Yeah.
definitely have some stories.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited.
I'm very
for
excited.
it.
I love a good wedding.
I love weddings.
So what, we venue, dress,
and then the overall experience.
overall experience?
And yeah, you talked about the food already.
Oh, yeah.
That's the 4 categories.
Yeah, so venue was 9 out of 10, dress was 10 out of 10, overall experience was 9.5 out of 10.
Sure.
And food, you said that was the other one?
Yeah.
Food was probably a 9 out of 10 as
Yeah,
well.
that's a pretty solid
Yeah.
score. That's impressive.
It was so good.
Damn.
So fucking good. The only thing I wish is that it would have been a little bit warmer. Because once
Yeah.
the sun went down, we were cold.
Yeah.
And so once this dancing stopped,
all the
we
way
were
up
all
north.
freezing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But beautiful weekend. Oh my God,
Fucking
stunning
hot
weekend.
next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But shout out Jake and Kristen.
Yay!
Love you guys.
Congrats! Glad you had a successful wedding.
Yep.
And it pretty much was an average of 9.5 overall.
Roughly, yeah.
Wedding. That's pretty good. That's a pretty solid
Solid-
score. For
solid
4
score.
Weddings.
Yeah.
18
We'll start
so-
ranking all the weddings we go to on this
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm pretty sure this will be the only.
The only one that we go to collectively, yeah. But from now on, any wedding
But
that you or I go to.
We will rank because I've got so many probably in the future,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Big part is always the food and reception.
See, since I'm so picky, I just I already don't expect anything out of the food. If there's something
Neither
I
do
eat,
I
10 out of
usually
10.
because of the fact that I'm also so picky.
Yeah.
But like this food was the appetizers.
Was it open bar or?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that
Oh,
also
yeah.
makes it a difference.
And they had signature drinks.
Oh, and I
So
love that.
Kristen's signature drink I think was a sangria.
Love.
Classic.
Yeah.
Jake's signature drink was caramel vodka with apple cider.
That's perfect for the weather.
Every single person was having Jake's signature drink that night. Every single person.
yeah.
It was so
That's
good.
Great.
I can't even believe how good it was. Like I need to go buy caramel vodka
So you
tonight.
can do it.
It was
Stock up
so,
before the hurricane.
Yeah, it was so good. I cannot believe how good. I think that might be in the future when I get married,
Your
that'll be my
signature-
signature drink.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I haven't thought.
It was
about
giving fall.
Yeah, that's good for the weather. With the it's giving. But with your venue and everything,
Yeah, it
the
was perfect.
cabins.
Oh my god, it was
that's
beautiful.
Great.
So much fun.
Oh, I love that.
But anyways,
That's all I got.
that's all I got
Should
too.
we go trivia? Are we doing trivia?
Oh,
'Cause
absolutely, we're doing
Trivia
trivia.
is such a mess. Today's tiebreaker?
Are we at a tiebreaker? Stand by. Let me check.
I think we is.
I thinks we is. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we are at a tie. We are at week 6. You are currently at 2, 4, 6 points. I am at 2, 4, 6 points.
Woo!
I'm nervous.
Damn.
I also got really nervous at the reception. Like before we did our walkouts, I was looking at Megan and
That's
I was
nerve wracking.
like, I am
Party.
scared
Yeah.
right now. Okay, pick a number.
Let's go with Ocho for
4,
the day.
6, 8.
Also, I think it's raining.
How many horns does the average African black rhino have?
Okay, well, I hope I get this right. I actually
Oh, wow. Isn't that a shame?
I retired, okay? My answer.
Mm-hmm. I also said 2.
I don't know if the little one is true to be full.
2.
Yes!
So we both got points there.
Good job.
So do we want to hold off the tiebreaker to next week or do it now?
Let's
Let's do it now.
do it now. Damn.
Because there's a good chance we
I
both
love
die
that
when this
we
hurricane.
got that right. I know. I'm paranoid, man.
Yeah, it's not even here yet. You keep looking at the sky like it's about to.
Because I think it's raining already. I think I hear the rain.
It did rain while we were starting. 2, 4, 6, 8.
On the Ocho.
What was the first name of Dr. Frankenstein?
The first name?
First name of Dr. Frankenstein. Very Halloween.
Yeah, these are perfect questions. Except, not sure that I know.
I'm locked in.
What is it? Can I do a vague guess? You locked in, so you can give your first guess. I wrote it down, so I can't.
Okay.
I won't go back.
I said Victor.
Oh, that's so right, isn't it?
I think so.
Fuck. No, that is so right because the daughter's Victoria. Damn. I said Franz or Frank.
Franz Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I thought it was like an F name, but
No.
Victor is so right.
Victor! Let's go!
Oh, damn. Well, if we don't make it through the hurricane, doesn't matter. But if we do, then I'll bring food next week.
All right, deal.
Bring you rations.
Yeah.
Bring you water.
Just a can of something that I can eat without heating up.
Beans or something.
Yeah.
Just gave you a soup. That's
Oh, my
funny.
Lord.
Damn. Wow. Good shit. Good shit. I should have known that.
Good old Victor.
Good old Victor Frankenstein. That
Where
was
can people
close.
find you?
People can find me at lou.mcdonald. That is LUU.McDonald. 2 U's, not
Two
double
U's.
U.
Double
Um,
U's.
For my Instagram. And that's the only place you can find me. Where
Mhm.
can they find? Oh, my eat of the week. I almost forgot. Dr. Pepper float. I made a Dr. Pepper float on
What
Saturday
kind of ice
night.
cream? Vanilla?
Vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah, just regular.
How
For
was
like my
that?
birthday.
How was that?
Banging.
Yeah.
Banging. I think it's better than root beer float because the root beer is like almost like too sweet plus too sweet versus like Dr. Pepper is just like that cherry. Woo! She fine as hell.
Sounds good.
Yeah, she good. I definitely recommend. 10 out of 10. And now I have leftover ice cream and Dr. Peppers for the storm.
For her.
The her. Milk.
For Milts. Grandpa Milts.
For Grandpa Milk.
Where
can
you
they find
can
you?
follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography. My regular Instagram is Secret Agent Sharky. My eat of the week. I mean, I feel like I have to go with the obvious.
the
Food from the wedding. I'm actually going to go more specific though. So one of the appetizers that I forgot to mention before the salad, I assume they were walking around with them during like cocktail hour, but
Uh-huh.
obviously we were not there for cocktail hour.
Right.
So they brought us a couple plates down to where we were. And they had this chicken something. They had a couple of different appetizers. Crab rangoons is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Something else is another one.
Damn.
And then they had chicken something. This chicken was like a pepper wrapped in chicken on a stick,
Interesting.
on a toothpick, and it had like this sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I only got one of them.
That's
But
insane.
when I tell you I could have eaten a plate full,
Yeah, that could have been your dinner.
oh my God.
I've never heard of that before.
It was the chicken all weekend was phenomenal. So
Yeah.
for the welcome party, they had chicken speedies, which are just like little chicken bits. Delicious.
little bit.
For the appetizers, they had the chicken wrapped peppers.
Yep.
And then for the wedding, they had chicken Francis. And it was just so good.
Interesting.
So good.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Good pick.
I got to figure out what it was. I have to ask Jake or Kristen for what it is so I can
all
look it
the
up.
recipes.
All of the
drink
recipes.
recipe,
Yeah.
the chicken.
Delicious.
Damn.
Yep.
Good shit.
Mhm.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSG Pod. That is CSG POD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast. On Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk at you next week, assuming we don't die from the hurricane.
Stay safe if you're listening and you're in Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Kick ass.